Hello friends, welcome back to the another video lecture of software engineering subject. Currently we are learning about managing the software project. In it, our today's topic is management spectrum. So in management spectrum, effective project management focuses on four aspects. They are also known as 4 P's of management spectrum. 4 P's are stands for people, product, process and project. People are the most important element of a successful project. Key areas for software people: recruiting, selecting, performance, management, training, compensation, career development, organization and work design, team or culture development. These are the aspects for the people. Another one is product. The software to be built, or we can say product objective, scope, alternative solutions and constraint will be part of the product. Another aspect is process. The set of framework activities and software engineering tasks to be get job. In it, software framework activities populated with tasks, milestones, work products and QAS points will be in it. Last is project. All work required to make the product a reality. Means we will make a product that will be work into our work environment. So for it, planning, monitoring and controlling will be needed. Okay, so let's discuss all these four aspects into the deep. First one is the people. Player of the project are stakeholders, team leaders, software team and coordination and communication issues. So these four are the player of the project. In that, these three are the part of people aspect. So let's discuss about stakeholders. So in stakeholders, there will be a senior managers, technical or project managers, practitioner or we can say programmers, customers or end user. This all can be the stakeholder of our project. In it, senior managers who defines the business issue that often have significant influence on the project. What is the work of project manager? Who must plan, motivate, organize and control the practitioners who do software work. Work of the practitioners. And our question is, who are the practitioners? So they deliver the technical skills that are necessary to engineer a product or application. Now our next question is, who is customer? So customer specifies the requirement for the software to be engineered. And end users who interact with the software once it is released for production use. Here our question will be there, what is the difference between customer and end users? Okay, so I will give you an example that I am the a leader of a company and I need some type of requirement in a product. I will order that product to any company. That company will return that product with functionalities. I will give that product to my clients, or we can say to my colleagues that will work on that project. So I am the customer, means I am the specifying the requirements, and my colleagues who are the working on that project, so that colleagues are the end users and I am the customer. That is the difference between customer and the end user. Customer will specify the requirement and end user interact with the software. Okay, next is the team leader. A team leader will have MOI model. MOI means motivation, organization and ideas, or we can say innovation. In motivation, the ability to encourage, or we can say by push or pull, technical people to produce to their best ability. Organization says the ability to mold existing process or invent new ones that will enable the initial concept to be translated into a final product. Last is idea or innovation. In it, the ability to encourage people to create and feel creative even when they must work in within bounds established for a particular software product or application. Okay, so these two are simple, but this third is very hard to understand. It says we will have some constraints, some boundaries to implement our ideas, but we will have to get in that bounds, and also we will have to be creative in that boundaries and work good for that product. Characteristics of effective project manager will be: first, problem solving, managerial identity, achievement, influence, and team building. These characteristics are must for any project manager, or we can say a team leader. Next aspect is the product. The product is consist of mainly two things. First, software or product scope, and another one is problem decomposition. Okay. Next is the process. Process model chosen must be appropriate for these three things. First thing is the customer who have requested the product and the people who will do the work. Second thing is the characteristic of the product itself. And third, the project development environment. Okay, so for three things, process model chosen must be appropriate. Okay, once a process framework has been established, determine the degree of thoroughness required. Means how much we will have to thorough for the our determining process framework. Then after, define a task set for each software engineering activities, and task sets will be: first, software engineering task; second, work products; third, quality assurance points; and fourth, milestones. Okay. Now, last is the project. The project gets into difficulties when these things appears. First, software people don't understand customers need. When software people don't understand what customer wants, then products gets into the difficulties. Another one is the product scope is poorly defined. Next thing is change are managed poorly. Next is the chosen technology changes. If we are working on to some technologies and during the development of the project that technology changes or that technology update is, then we will have the project difficulties. Business need changes, or we can say it's ill defined. Next is deadline are unrealistic, means we will have more work to do and we have given only 1 month of time, so that will be the deadline unrealistic. Next is user are opposing, means practitioners give some work, give some functionalities to the end user, and that end user are not expecting that functionalities. That is the meaning of user are opposing. Next one is that the project team lacks people with the appropriate skills. Means if project team do not have more number of programmers or practitioner for the project. Next is managers, or we can say the developers avoid best practices and lesson learned. Means they do not focuses on the best practices for the developing the project. Okay, so these are four P's, or we can say these are the management spectrum that we will use for the effective project management. Again, I am repeating, 4 P's are people, product, process, and project. Okay, so that's it for today's lecture. If you like this video, then like, comment, and subscribe. Also share it with your friends. Thank you, friends.